This man does not want to be identified. He's afraid even to talk. There are many North Korean spies here, he says. Many, many. There are hundreds of spies. We'll call him Mr. Lee, a North Korean living on the China side of the border in Dandong. He says he risks death just being seen talking to us. North Koreans don't speak openly, he says. If anyone knows I'm talking, I would be sent to prison, and there's no mercy there. I'd be shot dead. As we persevere, he opens up a little more, painting a picture of a harsh life across the border where people are starving, aid is scarce, and the only factories operating are for making military weapons. Right now, he says, he fears a desperate country with a potential power vacuum that could so easily lash out. Before Kim Jong-il died, he was preparing the country for war and death, he says, and to hand power to Kim Jong-un. Other North Koreans here are in mourning, weeping openly for the death of the dear leader. Flowers continue to be delivered to the North Korean consulate building. Korean businesses and restaurants normally flourishing have closed their doors. What is happening? It's closed. Dandong is separated from North Korea by the Yalu River, about a kilometre, less than a mile across. Cross-border trade flourishes here. China props up the destitute North Korean economy. Dandong is a bustling, small Chinese city, tall buildings, noise and traffic. On the other side, emptiness and silence. A lone, disused Ferris wheel, a symbol of a colourless world. From this pedestrian bridge, we can walk right to the edge of the border. So close, yet so utterly different. This is the end of the line. This is about as far as the bridge goes. It stops right here. We're this side of the line. I'm in China. If we step out from this bridge here, I enter North Korea. Mr. Lee knows too well what happens there. A regime obsessed with pumping money into its military, while desperately poor people go hungry, he says. Pig feed. That's all we can eat. Corn. No one can get full on that, he says. There is no food, not even food from China. It's been blocked for 3 years. Even if you have money, he says, there is nothing to buy. Any goods are traded for what little food remains. Mr. Lee is well off by his countrymen's standards. He has relatives on the China side who run businesses. It's a lifeline for his family back home. Mr. Lee is able to work here on a limited visa, but he crosses back and forward just to keep his family alive. I can't not go back, I have to. I have a son and daughter, he says. If I don't go back, they can't survive. He has shed no tears for Kim Jong-il and harbours no great hope for the so-called great successor, Kim Jong-un. But still, he lives in fear of what the North Korean regime can do. Spied upon, afraid to speak out, as much a prisoner of the hermit kingdom as those whose lives are trapped in its borders.